Hello again, everybody. Zacatech is here with the Atakline for Wednesday, July 17th, 2013. I'm making this early because I'm going to a meeting tonight for one of my weddings that I'm DJing in August for my cousin. So, let's kick off the Atakline with your Billboard number ones. First up, as I fully thought of last week, we have a new number one album. Last week we saw J. Cole rise from number 2 to number 1 with Born Sinner. And I knew another rapper named Jay would kick off J. Cole this week. And I was right. Jay-Z's Magna Carta Holy Grail, despite getting a mixed response from critics. And not a lot of response from radio somewhat. Debuts at number 1 with 527,000 copies. Now, SoundScan decided not to include in the sales count the 1 million copies that were given away to Samsung smartphone users. Despite I heard there was a lot of trouble downloading the album from the free app, but still, those sales didn't count. If those sales would have counted, Jay-Z would have had the biggest opening of the year with over 1 million sales. But since, like I said, the 1 million sales from the free copies given by Samsung users didn't count, he's the second biggest opening of the year, along with JT's album that debuted at number 1 a couple months ago with 900,000 for the first week. While we have a new number 1 album, we have a still number 1 single, and that's Robin Thicke with Bloodlines nominated for another week. And today's a great day to be Robin Thicke, and also Justin Timberlake, among others, because not only is Robin Thicke happy that he's number 1 for another week, but he's also happy, along with JT and others, that he's nominated for a VMA, especially for Video of the Year. Today, MTV announced the nominees for the 30th annual MTV Video Music Awards, set to take place August 25th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Now, there is still no word on a host. Kevin Hart hosted it last year in a decent job, probably launching his big push to sell out arenas all across the country, leading to his big comedy film that came out 2 weeks ago. But leading the nominations, with 6 apiece, it's Macklemore and Justin Timberlake getting the big nominations for the big one, Video of the Year. Macklemore will take on JT for Video of the Year. Justin Timberlake's nominated for Mirrors in That Video of the Year. Along with Fifth Shot by Macklemore, Bruno Mars, who has 4 nominations, has a nomination for Video of the Year for Locked Out of Heaven. His first nomination for Video of the Year in 2 years, since he was nominated for Grenade back in 2011. JT's been nominated many times for Video of the Year with Solo and NSYNC. Macklemore's first nomination for Video of the Year, along with Robin Thicke, first time nominee for Bloodlines for Video of the Year, along with a woman who's been nominated before. The only woman nominated for Video of the Year, Taylor Swift with I Knew You Were Trouble, who gets 2 nominations for her. Fans can vote online for the awards. And the awards were actually announced through Vine and Instagram for the first time in MTV's history. They announced it through that way. Other awards, other nominations, include for Best Hip Hop Video, we got Macklemore again, but this time for Can't Hold Us. Going Begins, Drake started from the bottom. Kendrick Lamar for Swimming Pool, surprised it's not Poetic Justice. Along with A$AP Rocky for Fucking Problems. And J. Cole for Power Trip. At least J. Cole getting kicked off, he got compensation. Nominated for VMA. We have Best Male Video. Thank God Justin Bieber's not nominated, but Justin Timberlake is for Mirrors. Along with Robin Thicke, Bruno Mars, and Ed Sheeran, and Kendrick Lamar. Best Female, we got Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus for We Can't Stop, and that one. Pink's Just Give Me a Reason, and Demi Lovato's Heart Attack. We have the Best Pop Video. We have Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake, Fun, Miley Cyrus, and Selena Gomez. We have the Artist to Watch, or in other words, Best New Artist. It's the newly renamed Best New Artist. And we got 21 Pilots, Zed, Austin Mahoney, The Weeknd, and Iggy Azalea, who the fuck she is. Like, they renamed Best New Artist. I think Zed's gonna win. Or maybe Austin Mahoney, because the fans are gonna vote for everybody. We have Best Collabo. We got JT and Jay-Z with Suit and Tie. We have Pitbull for Fearless Movement, Christina Aguilera. Alvin Harris, Ellie Goulding, Need Your Love. We got Blue Lines, Robin Thicke and T.I. and Pharrell. And Pink's Justin Give Me a Reason with Nate Ruth. And Best Video with a Message. This is the third year they've done it. And I like this category. Lady Gaga's won it. And Demi Lovato won it the last 2 years. And this year's nominees for Best Video with a Message is Kelly Clarkson for People Like Us. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, Same Love. That's the favorite. Especially after Prop 8 was abolished in California. Snoop Lion, No Guns Allowed. Miguel, Candles in the Sun. And Beyonce, I Was Here. So that's the video and message. And Best Rock Video, we got Imagine Dragons, Fall Out Boy, Mumford & Sons, 30 Seconds to Mars, and Vampire Weekend. It goes with the technical categories, you know, Best Directing and all that stuff. And all the VMA nominees are buzzing about being nominated. Macklemore and Taylor Swift have tweeted. It starts 30 Seconds to Mars. Many artists are reacting, with Macklemore tweeting, "Damn, we got 6 nominations for the VMAs? Sharkface Gang hashtag." And even Austin Mahoney was excited about being nominated. And Taylor Swift was applauding her nominations too, saying, "If I do win this time, I'll keep a grip on the microphone." Of course, having a sly joke to the infamous Kanye West incident back in 2009, when she won Best Female Video. Even Ed Sheeran, who is Taylor Swift's opening act, he was happy too, saying fans can vote for every category. Starting out, you know, MTV.com, you know, you can text, you can do all this shit, and a lot of people are nominated. I'm surprised that One Direction didn't get nominated for anything this year. Not even for Live While We're Young. I'm surprised 1D didn't get any nominations, because they won last year a lot of awards, including Best New Artist last year. And I'm surprised they got no nominations in the main category or even technical. So, but not that surprising. So there you go. Congrats to all the nominees for the MTV VMAs, set to be in Brooklyn on August 25th, which will be it's not a Thursday. It's Sunday. So there you go. Now, other news on a man who has not been on the VMAs, but mostly the movie awards. Of course, I'm referring to Johnny Depp. Now, in my mind, I've been saying this to myself, that in my mind, Johnny Depp's career, he ain't as big of a name as he used to be. His last 2 movies, Dark Shadows and Lone Ranger, ironically, both based on 60s TV shows, both failed at the box office, here and internationally. And Johnny Depp's had a slew of misses in the last couple of years, with The Tourist bombing, with Angelina Jolie, the Adam of Dark Shadows, and the Lone Ranger. So I think everyone's sick of the same old shit. Johnny Depp playing the same weird characters with weird face paint. I think everyone's sick of it. Maybe that's why they didn't like the Lone Ranger. But some people know that Johnny Depp wants a big payday, so he's once again in close negotiations along with Disney to continue their relationship while still making Pirates 5 for sure. I'm hearing they're doing Pirates 5. I didn't see Pirates 4. But they are making in close negotiations with Johnny Depp to star in Alice in Wonderland 2 without Tim Burton directing. Now, I saw the first Alice in Wonderland, and it was a pretty good movie. You know, it's a pretty good, decent movie. And, you know, I saw it in 3D. And it was in, 2010 I saw it. And it was a very visual movie. It was a decent movie. And, you know, it's a movie for Johnny Depp to bounce back, because he knows it's going to be a big blockbuster smash. That's what he needs, a smash. Because Lone Ranger wasn't a smash. I read the Rolling Stone with him, and I think he should have been the star of the Lone Ranger. He should not have been Tonto. If he was the hero type, it would have been better, but if he was Tonto. So let's see how Alice in Wonderland 2 does. So, Johnny Depp, closing negotiations for Alice in Wonderland 2. No director name. I forgot who they signed to be directing the movie. I didn't name the new director, but I forgot who they named. But I think it's supposed to maybe coming out no later than 2016. So, you'll probably hear me talk about it the next couple years on this show. So there you go. Alice in Wonderland 2 in the making, with Johnny Depp back in the role of the Mad Hatter. Who knows if any of the people that were in it, like Helena Bonham Carter, who played the Queen of Hearts, Anne Hathaway, who played the White Queen. So we'll see if they reprise their roles too. Now, on with an update on a shocking death that happened over the weekend. Of course, I'm referring to Cory Monteith from Glee, dying at the age of 31 in his hotel room, found in his hotel room in Montreal. Now, I said on Monday's Atakline that they were doing the autopsy as I was making my Atakline on Monday. The results came in yesterday, along with toxicology reports saying that the cause of death has been determined for Cory Monteith, and it's been like there was rumors about what might have happened because he went to rehab, battling his demons, and they found a slew of alcohol and drugs in his room, and unfortunately, it is what many feared. It was a toxic mix of heroin and alcohol, according to several sources, especially everyone's favorite tabloid fodder, TMZ. The British Columbia Coroner's Service revealed Tuesday that Monteith died of a mixed drug toxicity involving heroin and alcohol. The investigation into his death is continuing, and no other details are available at this time. In the report, the coroner adds, it should be noted at this point there is no evidence to suggest that Monteith's death was anything other than a tragic accident. Many of his Glee mates have been quietly mourning the death and releasing their statements, and even his family said, don't let the reason of Monteith's death take away from how good he was as an actor on Glee. That's the same thing with Michael, you know? Like forget about the fact that the doctor may have given him a little bit too much. Remember the good times. Remember how good he was as a performer. That's why I think Cory Monteith's family wants the fans to know that despite how he died, you gotta remember the good thing he did when he was alive. And his family did have a private service with Lea Michele. That there's reports that Cory is getting cremated. That a private screening was held with Lea along with his family, because like I said, Lea Michele was dating Cory on and off screen on Glee. And like I said, Cory was cremated at the request of his mother, named Anne. And so that's what happened there. So there you go. Cory Monteith's cause of death is determined, and apparently he's being cremated. Sad, still sad to hear that death, because I used to be a Glee, and once again, thoughts and prayers to the friends and family in the Glee cast, and Lea Michele specifically, of Cory Monteith at this very tragic time. And going on to TV shows. Pardon the pun that I'm going to make here. After, like, I went from about talking about Cory Monteith's death to talking about a show that last night came. Pardon the pun, like I said, I warn you again. A show that's back from the dead. Sorry, I had to say it. Sorry. I knew it was a bad segue, but still. Back from the dead. Whose Line Is It Anyway returned last night to the CW. 2 episodes came out last night. It was a double premiere. And sadly enough, Kevin McHale was one of the guest stars on Whose Line last night. It was shot before the death, so it made it more sad to see Kevin McHale on. And I'm a huge Whose Line guy. I've seen every major Whose Line guy in performance. I've seen Colin, Rain, and Ryan. And the 2 episodes that premiered last night with other performers like this, forgot the names of, there was like the 3 main regulars and the 4 seaters. I forgot the names of the people, but there was great funny moments in both episodes. The second episode with the Sideways game, I like the new games they made. Like, you got the classics like Let's Make a Date, Scenes from the Hat, Helping Hands, Dubbing. We didn't see Greatest Hits or Hoedown in these first 2 episodes, but I know they did them. At least they did song styles. So maybe we'll see Greatest Hits in Hoedown next week. Or the weeks after that. But till then, like I said, they had new games like It's in the Bag, where they take random bags from people and use the props in the bags. That was kind of funny in the first episode. The second episode, the Sideways game. That's another new game. Like they're doing the scene sideways on the wall. That was funny as hell. You know, where like they're doing like a James Bond thing. That was funny. Of course, the elephant in the room, the new host, Aisha Tyler. I know a lot of people are against her because, well, she's not Drew Carey. Aisha Tyler's gotta get used to him. You know, she's okay as a host. I do miss Drew Carey, like many others. There wasn't as much making fun of the cast like they used to be. You know, and when shows like this come back, that were funny, they come back and they have high expectations, and and sometimes when you come back after a long layoff, you may not be as funny. Ain't that right, Beavis and Butthead? I feel that when Beavis and Butthead came back 2 years ago, it wasn't as funny. But Who's Line is still funny, especially I saw Colin, Ryan, and Wayne in performance, and they still got the improv chops. They proved it last night in these 2 episodes. Aisha still gotta get used to her hosting, but still, great to see Who's Line back on the air. Wow, now it's back to Nick Cannon's show. They're both awesome. I'm happy they're both back. So, there you go. Who's Line is anyway back on television Tuesdays at 8 on the CW. Check your local listings for your local CW channel, especially if you don't live in America. Now, on with some wrestling news. Is it just me, or is TNA getting rid of dead weight? In the last couple weeks, TNA's been firing a lot of people. A couple weeks back, they fired 5 people, including Christian York, Joey Ryan, Taylor Hendricks, Alex Shaw, and Madison Rayne. But they fired 2 more people yesterday because of contract disputes. First off, Tara, a.k.a. Victoria. Now, apparently, the reason why she was fired is because TNA wants to save money. They don't, because Tara, according to several reports, is the highest paid knockout in the roster. Well, she is the most accomplished of the knockouts, being a former multi-time WWE Divas champion. Gail Kim's been a former champion, but Tara's a big name. So she wanted to charge a lot. And we haven't seen Tara on television, so now we know why. There's been contract problems, and apparently she got fired. And when it comes to her coming back to WWE, who knows? There has been no rumors about that, but we'll see. The Moonraker got fired. It's kind of shocking because they were and I kind of saw this coming. I thought he was going to do a face turn soon. Doc, a.k.a. Festus, a.k.a. Luke Gallows, from Ace and Eights got fired as well yesterday. Now, I've been seeing this build up for a week. Before he got fired, there was teasings of him turning face. Turning his back on Ace and Eights. And I thought he was going to join. I thought he was going to flee and go to Main Event Mafia. Maybe that's why Rampage joined instead of Doc. So, whatever reason, Doc said his contract expired last week, and it was going through negotiations. Unfortunately, negotiations fell through, so Doc's out, and so is Tara Victoria. So there you go. With that, now yesterday Smackdown tapings. Spoiler alert. There was reports that Randy Orton got injured during his match against Alberto Del Rio. That was taped for Smackdown. They reported at WWE.com. They weren't giving much detail about the extent of the injury, especially since Orton just won the Money in the Bank match on Sunday for the WWE Championship. Here's the WWE report last night that was on WWE.com about this apparent Orton injury. And that he got injured. According to WWE medical personnel, the 9-time WWE Champion suffered a cervical strain and cervical neuropraxia. Or in other words, a stinger. That's what it was. A fucking stinger. Because Orton got, one of those, Del Rio's a nasty kicker. He kicks people in the head. I bet you Orton's just got a stinger after getting kicked in the head. That's what Orton said on Twitter. He said, hey. On Twitter, he said, hey, remember when I said I don't listen to the net? I'm fine. Del Rio's kicks are hard as hell, and I caught one to the neck on the job. So Orton's not letting it to him. So this injury, he's one injury, So Orton tonight is going to be seriously injured in the match against the Rio. It just, like I said in my mind, he's just got a stinger. Everyone's making a big deal out of nothing. I don't know why I'm commenting, but still, hey, I needed to comment on it a little bit. So there you go. Orton denies getting an injury on SmackDown. He just got a stinger, that's all. He just got kicked in the head and got stung a little with the impact of the kick to the neck. So that is it. That is my attack line for today. I'll see you all later. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the news from Zach. Thank you all very much for watching. See you all. Like I said, see you all later. Yeah.